Today's show was recorded live at the Refinery, Charleston's hub for creative industry. Go to therefinerychs.com to get events, venue, and contact information. Now on with the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Shrimp City Report, Charleston's #1 podcast on life, leisure, living, and today, sports. In particular, one of my favorite sports ever to play, basketball. Joined today with DJ.
Yeah.
And we have one of our buddies, Egal, that we just, our new buddies, Egal, that's in the house. And he is the brains behind the coolest streetball festival that's ever been in Charleston. Yeah, so tell us about the...
let's talk about it. Outside Streetball Festival.
Yeah.
And so, from Charleston, South Carolina myself.
Oh, okay.
Grew up on James Island, Folly Beach area, and took everybody's advice and went and traveled the world when I was 23, put a backpack on, saved up a little bit of money, and flew out to Europe and... traveled for 2 years in that stint, worked in about 6 different countries across Europe and Southeast Asia, and worked in Vietnam as a tour guide, most notably.
Okay.
And so I started to discover my passion for public speaking. So we'd run tours of 90 people out to private island, and we kayak through caves, and there's typhoons, and it was pretty full-on adventure. Came back home, went back again for another 2 years, and this time ended up in Australia.
You can't sit still, dude.
Not in the 20s I couldn't. And then happened to meet a guy who owned a tournament called Summer Jam, a basketball tournament, right, in Australia. At the time, it was pretty small. He thought I was funny for whatever reason. I was just giving him a hard time, as friends do, and he gave me an opportunity to get on the microphone. And commentate some basketball tournaments down there. And then the National Basketball League of Australia, an agent happened to be there and invited me on to do a 3-city tour with the National Basketball League of Australia. I was on Fox Sports. And I've been kind of coming back to Charleston, going back to Australia every year since to do Summer Jam. And I was sitting there last year, and you had Drake in attendance. One of his friends was playing in the tournament.
Right.
You had Lance Stevenson doing his debut rap album or rap performance there. I'm on the court with the microphone. You got Jordan as a sponsor. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm in Melbourne, Australia doing this, and Charleston would love this. We got to bring this home. And so flew back home a year ago, and we've been working on it ever since, and partnered up with the Refinery, which is awesome.
We're definitely love the Refinery. They're sponsors.
They're great. And so they're a 50-50 partner on the event. And really what we're trying to do, guys, right, you got a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. You've got a slam dunk contest with some of the best dunkers in the world, let alone the country. I mean, these guys are 100,000 followers, under both legs, 360s. It's going to be a show. I was about to say,
what is the size requirement for that?
It is going to be a show, right? And some of these guys aren't 6'5". I mean, they're 6 feet tall, but they are very, very, very talented dunkers. And not just the sports, right? I'll be on court with the microphone, obviously commentating games and getting the crowd involved, but we wanted to blend together the world of music and arts festivals. So, you've been to music festivals and you've seen art there, and you might have been to a basketball game, but you've never been to a music, basketball, and art festival. And that's what we're trying to create.
I can guarantee you that. That have not.
Right.
That's what's so appealing to this because, went to the website, researched a little bit. The basketball is a little bit forward on it, but you feature, the artists that will be here, your signature musical artists, the DJs, everything that's happening, the vendors and stuff. So I like the idea. It's kind of an omni event.
No, exactly. Right. And you'll have a big headliner, Nappy Roots, to kind of tie in the music.
That's incredible to be able to get them,
Yeah, so, I mean, growing up in Charleston, I grew up listening to Nappy Roots, so it's kind of a dream come true to have them play at the inaugural festival.
And get the locals in there. So, how long did you live in James Island?
Pretty much my whole life.
Did you
until
play?
I was 23.
Did you play any high school sports over there?
I played high school basketball. I played basketball from the time I was second grade.
Okay, so even before, you always had a love for the game.
Always loved basketball, football. I mean, most kids were watching at 7 years old cartoons. I was watching Sports Center, right? I was obsessed as a kid with sports, and So it's been in my blood forever. Yeah.
Okay, so I presume you went to James Island.
I did go to James Island my freshman year, and then transferred to Charleston Collegiate to finish my high school on Johns Island.
TJ went to Charleston Collegiate for
Yeah.
a year and then transferred to the School of the Arts.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah. No, that was a good time too out there. So
Yeah, that's back when you could go to Charleston Collegiate and still get off the island after school.
right.
Yeah.
Because the way Charleston's grown so much, it's nuts. But that growth is very good for your event that's coming up because, I mean, it's pretty cosmopolitan in the Low Country now. Mm-hmm. It's not just the Charlestonians. It's people from every walk of life, all over the world, all over the United States. The basketballs that draw. How do you draw the teams? How did you get some of the best dunkers in the world coming to your event?
Yeah. I'd say, first of all, you got to go out and put the word out, right? So
Okay.
Facebook groups started to get pickup runs going, right? And for the guys that are playing in the tournament, because we've got Dalton Boland playing in the tournament. Psycho D, obviously, he's a shoe-in. He played at College of Charleston, was one of the leading scorers over there, and so he gets a 1 seed. But we also wanted to give guys a chance that are at the park, right?
Yeah.
To play their way in as well. And there will be a cash prize as $5,000. As far as the dunkers go, we didn't have that sorted until about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But Instagram, social media, right? You find these
Yeah.
guys and they're doing crazy stuff. You reach out, they put you in touch with their agent, and then try to get it booked. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind.
That's fantastic. So when you were in Australia, you got picked up with the National League, started working, you mentioned Fox Sports and everything. When did you realize that, okay, maybe I could do this for a living? Do I need an agent? Man, I don't sound as bad as I thought I was. When did you, when did the confidence just get into the stratosphere?
Yeah, so I did the women's court at the first summer jam.
Okay.
And they
Okay,
wouldn't
yeah.
let me on the men's court. My
Right.
buddy wouldn't let me on the men's court. So I did the women's court all day. And the women's was 3-on-3, the men's was 5-on-5. Everybody was at the men's court. Nobody was at the women's court most of the
Right.
day, right? And the vendors were there. One of the vendors called an agent and said, "You got to get down here and see this kid." And so when that agent reached out to me to put me in touch with the National Basketball League of Australia after that event, I kind of said to myself, we might have something here. I might be kind of good at this. I also had some really great friends around me that were probably boosting my ego up a little bit too much. Right?
Sometimes you need that support.
Exactly. And then when I got onto Fox Sports and things started going well, and I wasn't thinking about it, I was just doing it and getting really good responses from my leadership team. I had a little moment there where I was like, I can do this. Is it fully paying the bills at the moment?
Yeah.
Not yet. We got other projects that I'm working on too, so I try to stay busy.
Well, this is such a unique event. That it seems like this would, with the full-bodied of it, without the basketball, like I was saying, with the arts and everything. I mean, this is definitely something that could travel. This is
Right.
It's a no-brainer. So,
Well, there's no traveling.
oh yeah, because it's basketball. Well, don't let me get.
There we go, DJ.
Do
He
not-
knows what's going on.
Do not let me get on that constant rule violation every weekend in basketball. Anyway, I digress. When you do knock this out of the park, really it makes for a fine product that can be transferable to other things,
Yeah.
and you'll have your personality on it, which is going to be cool.
And a great team behind us.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it takes a village, and we really got a good team that is super experienced in this field. And that is the goal, right? Is to take it to different cities, but ultimately we want to turn it into a 3-day basketball, music, and arts festival that's
Honestly,
camping,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a Bonnaroo, right?
Yep.
Meets Rucker Park. So you got different stages, you got art installations moving in and out throughout the 3 days, and you've got different courts.
That would be fantastic, and if you had free play and all that, and
Right.
some tourney stuff, that would, it would be fun. But that's pretty awesome.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know the early bird tickets are currently sold out. I think.
Correct.
But front gate tickets are still option as well.
General sale is open
Yep.
at the moment.
Okay.
Tickets are going really, really fast, and we're running some more promos as we lead up. So just follow us on Instagram at outside_streetball, and you'll be able to kind of stay in the know. But yeah, tickets will bump again day of, but it is
Right.
re-entry, which is really important because Refinery usually doesn't do re-entry events.
Hey everyone, we really want to encourage you to visit the Refinery in Charleston, South Carolina. The Refinery is a beautiful mixed-use facility that's home to upscale office space, 2 restaurants, the Limbo Lounge, and an amphitheater that hosts national, regional, and local acts year-round. We cannot recommend it enough. Go to the refinerychs.com to get event and venue information. You can also go to the site to learn how you can even book the spaces you want for your own event. So go check them out, and thanks. So tell me about 3-on-3 basketball. I know it's gotten more popular with the league that now exists here in the United States, and it seems to be a super accessible form.
Yep.
Did you take that into consideration, going with 3-on-3 versus 5-on-5 or full court versus however you want to do it?
Well, that's a good question. So, yeah. 3-on-3 basketball is an Olympic sport, guys.
Oh, yeah, it is. I forgot about that.
It's an Olympic sport, so it is very big worldwide. And America's not the best team in the world at 3-on-3 basketball, which is interesting enough. But I wanted to do 5-on-5, but we couldn't fit it in the refinery, so we did a 3-on-3 is the real reason. But I've done 3-on-3 tournaments before, and we're looking at doing another event in the fall at a different venue, which I won't share with you guys yet. But that one will be 5-on-5. Okay, we're pretty excited about that one.
Well, 3-on-3, I always thought that was interesting because when we were growing up playing ball, most of the time you're playing pickup somewhere, somebody's yard at the down the street or something. You probably didn't have a complement to have 5-on-5 anyway. So we were all playing 4-on-4, 3-on-3, half court or 21 or something. It holds a dear place in my heart, the whole idea of it.
And from a basketball perspective, 3-on-3 is so interesting because the talent level is kind of goes to the wayside a little bit. If you got three guys that really know how to play together.
Yeah, it almost requires more strategy and synergy.
Exactly, right? You got to be on the same page, and it's not really the athleticism can kind of take a back seat a little bit because you're not getting out on fast break as much. So there's less to keep up with. There's more kind of understanding where your teammates are going to be.
Yeah, when I've been watching it, it's almost like, remember Princeton back in the day, how they were so methodical about how every pass seemed, I hate to say it for Princeton or whatever, calculated, but it really was, and now the 3-on-3 now, you have these natural athletes that they kind of do the similar thing, but it almost seems just a reflex for them as well, because they will bring it pretty fast to the hoop, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've got some really talented guys in this tournament. We've got Derek Geddes as well, who went to the Sweet 16 with West Texas A&M just a couple years ago. He's also in the dunk contest as well. So I'm really excited to see these guys play from a talent level perspective. We are adding in the 4-point line, which has never been done before.
Really? Okay.
How many feet?
That's going to be 27.
Oh, right on.
27 feet is the 4-point line, which is outside, right? So Outside Streetball Festival. There you go.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So Nappy Roots is going to be performing. You have some DJs as well. So there's going to be music the entire time that everything's going on?
That's correct. Yeah. So music will start with the DJs around 12 p.m. when we open doors.
Okay.
The event's from around 12 to 9. And you'll have DJs playing all day, and then you'll have 2 MCs on court the whole day as well. So we'll be on the microphone talking over the music, which will be a nice blend, and it just adds a different energy.
And then you've got a bunch of art and vendors also set up as well, right?
So we've got art vendors. We also have live artists painting on stage all day.
That's awesome.
On
that's gonna
the
be,
Refinery stage?
That's going to
the
be
Refinery stage.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice job.
So we've tied in the art that way as well. And there's a competition to that as well. So 2 artists at a time, they'll get 2 hours apiece. The fans will be able to vote at the end of the day, and they'll get a cash prize as well.
Wow.
That's very cool. That's nice. Everybody gets invested in it somehow.
Yep.
That does bring me to another question. As far as the dunking contest, how is that going to be, I guess, scored?
Who's the judge?
Yeah. Does the audience have any feedback in that?
I love it. So we did pick our judges.
Yeah.
We have all 4 members of the Nappy Roots on the panel.
Okay.
Cool.
Little Stranger is going to be the judges as well, if you guys are familiar with them. They're good buddies of ours, and my grandmother
really
is going to be one of the judges, and we're still announcing the other judge later this week.
Okay.
So,
man, that is too cool. Your grandmother,
and they'll have the cards, right?
Yeah.
And Grandma used to coach me from the time I was in 2nd grade. She was my first basketball coach. She played in the 60s at her high school.
Oh, well,
I told her the other day, she's from South Georgia, And I told her the other day, you've been embarrassing me on basketball courts my entire life,
Right.
and I don't expect that to change at this event, but please try to behave a little bit. She got a good kick out of that. So
So are you going to be on commentary the whole time out on the court? And
Yep, that's it. And moving throughout the venue,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah.
And talking to fans. And we'll be pulling fans down in between games to do free throw contests and give away prizes and really try to get the crowd involved. Yeah.
So as you're doing the commentating, moving around, I presume you're going to be doing shots on Instagram, YouTube, however you do. So
Yep.
Are you going to try to make this as, I guess, social media and video friendly as possible?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the goal. And we do have a marketing team, but we encourage everybody. Get your cameras out, tag
Right.
us, we'll repost it. You know, it should be a spectacle out here, especially with the dunk contest happening at sunset. We think it'll be a really good place to take some photos.
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
May need some bug spray, but we know of some very good bug spray.
Yeah.
Shrimp City report.
There's no bugs
Bug
here.
spray.
What do you
I
mean?
know, I'm messing around. No, it only until August, which I wouldn't do any. Growing up and doing 2-a-day football practices in Charleston in August was hell personified.
You and me both, brother. I know it all too well.
Yeah, you talked about the videoing and everything, and there's opportunities for fans to participate, not only in maybe doing that free throw, for a prize, watching the art and kind of, as a competition. So it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of idle time unless you want it.
It's so interactive. We went this
Right.
far, right? Even our merchandiser is coming with a printer.
Yeah?
So he's going to live press on site, and you can design your T-shirt the way you want it with different designs.
Wow.
As
Okay.
well, we're putting a basketball court with X's and O's on the back of the shirt, and you can draw your own play, and then he'll press it right there for you.
Oh,
So
that's amazing.
on top of that, we've got 2 charity partners that we support, and that's Rise Up Hoops and Hoops Against Homelessness. And they're going to be on site doing activations in between games. We got a 4-point challenge. We've got it all around the world where you got to make a free throw, and then you got to make a 3-pointer, you got to make a 4-pointer. So we're really trying to get everybody involved. We'll be pulling fans all day to make it as interactive as possible,
yeah.
right?
So tell us about some of your partners and sponsors for the event.
Sure. Yeah. We've had some great sponsors come on. I can list them for you if you'd like.
Or we can see them listed, or just anybody you want to shout out, or shout them all.
Yeah, no. I definitely want to start with the Refinery, right, as our partner. Cumulus Radio, Z93 Jams, and 95SX has been huge. They came on as a sponsor early on, and they're running 800 ads for us from now until the festival. And I'm actually going on Z93 Jams tomorrow morning for another interview. And they've just been amazing to work with. We've got Groom's Law Firm, Renewal by Anderson, KSA Insurance, which is right down the street. Great guys that were really excited that kind of powered us this year. And the list goes on, and I'll make sure to send that over to you guys.
We'll definitely push all of that out. We'll on our social media and whatnot. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to get there early and stay for all of it, whether anybody in my
it's gonna be
family or
fantastic.
friends want to or not. But that sounds like such a great event. And you mentioned earlier that it's one of the only Refinery events that you can pass out. I mean, not drink and pass, but like you can leave. You can leave if you have to go to prayer meeting and then come back. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. No, exactly. There's re-entry, right?
Yeah.
So re-entry, that's it.
Yep.
So that's a novelty here at the Refinery, which is I'm not doing this because I'm partial to them, but this is a rad space. Tell me about when it gets really ulcerific. 2 days before the event?
Yeah,
a week?
during the setup and
Now?
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
so I'm on a big media tear this week, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've got you guys this afternoon. In the morning, I'm going to do Z93 Jams. The next morning, I'm doing Live 5 News on site. Then I'm on with the Post and Courier in the afternoon. It is a big media week, not to mention, getting the players together. Wrangling them is tough.
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
You know, that's why you must have a good team.
Yeah, no, absolutely, we do, and the thing is now is I could kind of take a breath and say we put it all into place. Got a great event director as well, so we're super organized on this thing. We are far beyond where I thought we would be a year ago.
Yeah.
Now I can kind of take a breath and do all the fun stuff like podcasts with you guys as we lead into this thing. But yeah, our phones are blowing up. It's happening pretty fast.
Excellent.
Yep.
Well, we will be pumping it up as much as we can. And I think we can go ahead and end it there. Really had a great time talking to you, Eagle. And if you see Bill Walsh tomorrow, tell him Shrimp City Report said hello. I'm not name dropping.
I will. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, best of luck. And everybody, have a great week. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.